Okay, I'm ready. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Bonus Points, or I guess on YouTube it's only Ellie's Geories because that's the snippet we are showing to you. This week is going to be a bit shorter because I'm on vacation. So I have a very short time where I really want to do work. So if you want a longer episode, you can blame me on that. And let's get started. And if you want the entire episode, I forgot to mention that, if you want the entire episode, including the news, you have to subscribe to our Patreon, support us over there in the junior and senior tier. And also follow us on our social media. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. And let's go.
So now, Ellie, it's your time to do the talking.
Um, so yeah, why don't you tell me why you picked this program to show?
This week I chose Soy and Han's Bridge Over Troubled Water from 2017 Worlds. They are, of course, the Olympic champions, and because it was like the anniversary of the Olympics just under a month ago, I was watching back their free skate and I was like, it just hit so good. And then I saw a tweet about her she did her quad twist in the free skate at the Olympics and she was on her period and it was like, listen, girl power. She could win the Olympics by herself. I was like, yes. Um,
Nodding from
so
again. I'm very nodding a lot.
so I was like, yeah, let's choose the one that they won Worlds with in 2017.
It's also because you sent me two, and I was like, I can't do two this week.
Also that, yes.
Yes, we will look at the other ones at a later time, like episode 200 or 300. I think we have time for this.
That's a bold, okay.
See you in 10 years that I'm going to look at the Olympics one and hopefully remember this one. I mean, this is a team I'm very familiar with, I feel like. I haven't watched a lot of their skates outside of the Olympic season, but of course I know who they are, which isn't always the case for the other skaters you are sending me. Um, I don't know if you've seen the video before you sent it to me, the words one, but I thought it was so cute how he forgot which side to start on in the beginning. She, of course, got it right, but he was wrong and he had to skate over to her. I know all skaters, like, I know all skaters glide over the ice. That's a concept I'm like, I understand that, but somehow they look like they glide extra elegantly, and they're extra smooth and extra light, and it's like so crazy. Oh, I think we lost Sarah for a second here. I'm just gonna keep talking. And they're extra light, and it's just like so special to watch them skate and everything. They make everything look so perfect. The lifts, every single lift looks like she is as light as a feather. Especially like there was a like even the first one, like it was I think a choreographed lift after the quadruple twist in the beginning, and he's just picking her up, moving her around. And it was just very beautiful. I I usually think pairs can be very generic. Just because it's usually like element after element and you know all of the elements, so it's like nothing that special sometimes. But I knew they make everything special. I knew their choreography is always spot on and amazing. So I knew that wouldn't be the case here. It wouldn't be generic. Um, there was no story. There was just like vibes and emotions, which I don't mind. So I thought there was no story to be found, just pretty vibes. But then Sarah informed me that Sue said in an article that it describes our experience, a man and a woman, the two of them each other's best friends. They are only friends. They share one goal and one career, helping each other, supporting each other. Uh, which feels like being in the friend zone, but okay. And I can hopefully Sarah's laughing right now. Um, she confirmed it. Her audio stopped working. We are going to make it work. It's fine. Uh, but yeah, I guess that could be the storyline. I thought it was yeah, helping each other, yeah, supporting each other, being platonic friends, of course, of course. Um, I can see that. There was a fall in the program on one of the jumps, and that looked very painful. She was hitting the ice without like bracing herself at all. But I guess they trained to keep their heads up, so it could have been much worse. Um, then my favorite thing about her is that the way she is landing on every single throw is so impressive. It's almost like she isn't like scratching the surface of the ice. It's the most elegant throw ever. She just lands like she's on a cloud. And I can't get enough of it. I'm glad there were two throws and it was like so beautiful. Um the spinning was very much in sync. I know I would put it up on the screen right now on the YouTube video, and I would be like, oh, it wasn't in sync at all. But in my head, the first time I watched it, I was like, this is so in sync. How are they doing this? Yeah, that was my first impression of that. I love all of their lifts because they're always very unique lifts. Like on the first lift, like on the first required lift, there was the exit was so interesting. She was like kind of putting her crotch in his face. And I was like, interesting choice, but it worked very well. And like their lifts have some very interesting positions. There was one where she was putting her weight on his forearm. And yeah, in general, that was I think the last lift they did. And I think like in general, I really loved that last lift. The way she was like changing positions, and again, they are gliding over the ice like it is nothing, like he's not carrying her entire weight. It's very impressive. And also there was a move, it's probably not like the most sophisticated move, and it looks a bit like it reminded me a bit of a child standing on her father's feet while they are dancing, but I loved it. They didn't make it look like a child and a father, but like it reminded me of that for a second. She is standing on his skates, and like there's a subtle softness to it, and just the flow of things. It was very pretty. Yeah, and I'm usually not a fan of spins. I don't know. I'm or like death spirals. It's just like I don't know. It's not my favorite thing usually. But there was a move in the final one where they are interlocking skates, and that just looked very pretty to me. Uh, and also the ending position that that was I think the moment that really got to me. The ending position. The commentator, who is probably somebody very famous, I could not identify though from his voice. He said there was so much raw emotion in the ending position, and I totally felt that. Like they looked so I don't know, so pure and so full of emotions, which really got to me. I don't know if I necessarily felt those emotions during the performance, but I also think a lot of it always has to do with like camera work and how the camera is cutting to different moments. And I feel like at Worlds, it's not always the best camera work. And yeah, I think we can move on to the score. And hopefully Sarah will be back soon.
So on a scale from -5 to +5, what would you rate the music choice?
I thought the music was I feel so bad. I thought it was pretty generic. Like it's a pretty song, and I like the version of the song. Um, but I think in this case, it is one of those things that I would enjoy more over time if I listened to it longer, if I watched it more often.
What if I tell you a bit of the story behind it?
Okay, please.
So, Sway was injured during that season and the season before a lot. She had to go through surgery, and she was in a lot of pain during that time. And she calls Han, her big brother. So I'm going to quote from an article from Beverly Smith. After surgery, she suffered high fevers and her blood work was not stable. She was discharged from hospital on May 9th to start rehabilitation. She later had her surgery. She later said that her surgery lasted longer than normal, so much that she needed 3 anesthetic injections. Han was waiting for her when she got out of hospital, as well as a host of others. So the free skate music goes when you're down and out, when you're on the street, When evening falls so hard, I will comfort you.
Oh,
And pain, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. So that's why they chose that music.
I will put it up to 4.5 knowing that, and I also need the commentators before every skate to give me context for the skate.
And then to sort of bookend that with the Olympic performance, Kong Han was the one that was injured and went through surgery, and that's why they returned to that music because it was basically they swapped
Oh,
positions. So
that's
yeah,
beautiful. Oh, I love that. I mean, I would have given them a high overall score anyway, but that's See, I need context for some of these skates, because I would give them a high ranking anyway, but that makes so much more sense now. Yeah. It also makes sense why they would repeat the music for the
Olympics.
because I was like, why would they do that? But,
So for the costume on a scale of -5 to +5.
I unless you can give me an equally emotional story for the costumes, because like I now rate the music 4.5 out of 5, but I rate the costumes 3 out of 5 just because I'm not a fan. It was a very generic, pretty dress. He was wearing a suit. It was very skating, costumey. I mean, they look beautiful, but it's just like it was very basic, very uneventful. I looked at the Olympics for like 1 second. I really liked the costumes they're wearing there. But the words 2017 was just like, yeah, they're wearing something pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I preferred the Olympic ones too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you see the words one? Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I like the shade of pink, and I think that's all I
Yeah.
have on that. I'm
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it overall. Yep, so overall, what would you rate the skate?
See, now I've of course rated the music higher, but like when I initially wrote this down, I said only Sue and Han can make me like take the generic music, take generic costumes, and still make me stand. Like I think they could skate like to a recording of somebody listing the phone numbers or something. I would still be like, yes, yes, this is amazing. Best thing I've ever heard. So yeah, I loved it. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I like this one, it wasn't like perfect overall. Also, the skate I was watching, she had a fall on, so I'm like, I can't give it a 5 out of 5. But also part of me is like, because this is Ellie's vibes only and not like technical opinions. If somebody falls, I almost feel bad for them and I want to give them a higher rating because I'm like, I'm so sorry you fell. Like, I know how much they train. I know how much they look forward to like competition like Worlds, and to fall in the final skate. It's like, the final skate of the season. I almost want to give them more points. Uh, but yeah, 4.5, despite the fall, despite me not liking the costumes because they are legends. She's a legend. I would give it a 10 out of 5 for the landing of the throws alone. So impressive. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's this week's episode. And we did talk quite a bit afterward, which I didn't expect. And see you hopefully next week. We have to see how our schedule is like because I'm going on another vacation next week. It's a thing. Like now I'm on semester break. Um, so we have to see whether we upload it by the end of the week and not by the beginning of the week. But you have a live stream to look forward to with Kirsten Towers. That's how you pronounce her name, which should be very exciting. And we are looking very much forward to seeing there on Monday, I think. It's Monday. Am I right? Am I right? I need confirmation from Sarah that I'm right. Okay, I am right. Yeah, see you guys next week.
Wait, before we go, my dad
Okay.
has typed on his laptop to pass on a message to you saying, he misspelt your name, but it's fine. Ellie is now my mortal enemy for blocking me.
I blocked him once because I know you would be scared to talk, so I had to do it. I sacrificed him for the greater good,
And it worked.
and I'm not ashamed of that.
No, it's fair.
I love that he typed that out for you to read out loud.
Oh, it was in like 72 point font as well, so I would see it.
I was extremely excited to see the ghost join, and I said hello, and then you said, "That's my dad." And then I was like, "Oh no, we can't have this happening. We can't have parent supervision on this."
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Thank you so much for watching, for making it through the entire video. I have no idea how long it is, but thank you so much for watching. And please like and subscribe on YouTube, on all of our other social media sites, and join our Patreon if you want. If you can't get enough of us, join our Patreon in the junior and senior tier if you want to listen to the entire podcast, or in the novice tier if you just want to talk to us on Discord. Bye bye.